Now know the names of the three victims who were murdered at their home in the Boise foothills. 80-year-old Theodore Welp, his wife 77-year-old Dolores, and their son 52-year-old Thomas Welp. We also have more information on the only man who's been arrested in this case. With the big story tonight, Lauren Johnson is live in studio with the latest on this terrible crime.
Roland, today we know that the man arrested in connection with this crime faces multiple charges, including using the victim's credit cards in multiple places across the valley.
Mr. Dees, with respect to the three grand theft charges individually, they carry with them a maximum penalty of up to 14 years at the state penitentiary, a minimum of 1 year to serve.
From barbacoa to the Oakley shop at Boise's Town Square Mall, 22-year-old Adam Dees went shopping with the victims' credit cards, even signing their names on the receipts.
So they learned that a number of the homicide victims' credit cards were missing.
The last place Dees went was Best Buy, purchasing a stereo. Then he was arrested and his black and gold Subaru Legacy impounded.
Detectives were able to apprehend Mr. Dees at that store as he was picking up the newly purchased stereo.
It's another day investigating what Ada County Sheriff Gary Rainey says is the most violent and bloody crime he's seen in over 3 decades of law enforcement.
Whoever committed this crime, I personally can't possibly imagine what was in their mind.
And now we know the victims, the Welp family. 80-year-old Theodore, his wife Dolores, and their son Thomas, murdered and discovered at their own home in the Boise foothills.
Working together to put somebody who is a horrible person in jail and to try to bring justice for the family.
Neighbors watched as Dees's home in Nampa was searched Thursday. He lived there with roommates.
Wouldn't want to see this every day.
Sheriff Rainey says that they are also searching for a ring that Dees was attempting to sell.
So we're asking people today is if you look at that image and may have been approached in some manner about a guy trying to sell a ring to you. He was claiming that it was an engagement ring. We would love to have that information.
Mr. Dees, are you hiring an attorney?
At Dees's arraignment Thursday, we hear he is on suicide watch in the Ada County Jail and that when he was arrested, he had a 9mm handgun in his waistband.
Again, we don't make assumptions. I would love to stand here and reassure that we have the person in custody, but we don't know whether we do or not. We will put the evidence together thoroughly and methodically and see if that evidence leads to a charge against Mr. Dees and or anybody else responsible for this crime.
The judge has given Dees a $2 million bond while he awaits a hearing. Anyone with information on the ring or may have seen Dees' black Subaru, gold and black Subaru, should call Ada County Dispatch at 377-6790. In studio, Lauren Johnson, today 6 on your side.
Thanks, Lauren. Just moments ago, the Welp family released a statement through the Ada County Sheriff's Office. It says, the family is deeply saddened by the loss of our parents and brother. No words can express the grief and despair we are feeling. These were kind, caring, and generous people who meant so much to us and have been senselessly taken. The statement went on to ask for privacy and thank investigators and the community. They asked for prayers and for anybody with any information on this case to come forward. And we are learning more tonight about the victims of this crime. The Welps had previously lived in Tucson, Arizona, where Theodore was at one time senior vice president of Tucson Electric. This is a picture of Theodore taken by the Arizona Daily Star in 1982. The website for Tucson Electric says Welp was credited with inventing the wholesale electricity business in this country. The site says Welp was often described as a financial genius. The Idaho Statesman reports his son Thomas was deaf, and the family started the Dove Foundation to battle deafness and blindness back in 1987. The nonprofit reported $3.5 million in assets last year. The foundation took in $274,000 in 2014.